Let's talk AI video with audio generation.
I'll tell you where. Someplace warm, a place where the beer flows like wine, where beautiful women instinctively flock like the salmon of Capistrano.
How did I make that? Let's talk about it. So, I was recently invited to test out a new audio model or video generation with an audio model called Kling 2.6 native audio and video generation over on Higgsfield.ai. First off, what is Higgsfield.ai? Might you ask? It's a platform where it hosts a bunch of different video and image generation models and creative tools so that you can play around with them, and then Higgsfield sort of puts together ways of manipulating them. So if you look here, you can see image generation, video generation, upscaling, playing around with all the different image models like Nano Banana and so on. So it's a great tool for that. They recently just introduced this though, which is the native audio and video generation through Kling 2.6. So this gets you video and audio, like this car driving, for example. So I thought, okay, I want to use this and test it and play with it, and I want to be creative and have fun. And so I wanted to try something that I've never done before, which is get a scene of two people talking and interacting and acting together. And so I wrote a little script, and the script was Sasquatch and Smokey the bear sitting together around a campfire complaining about life. So I started with that, and the first thing I did is I went over into, if you look here, I went to generate an image, and I just sort of created this bed image of Smokey and Sasquatch roasting marshmallows over the fire. I went and upscaled that, downloaded it. I did all of my other image generation over in Nano Banana and just sort of got images of various faces. So let me show you kind of what that looked like. So I got like this wide shot, and then I generative expanded it so I have the right aspect ratio that I was looking for, but I got different angles and close-ups. Like I wanted a close-up of Sasquatch, close-up over the shoulder of Smokey. So this fit sort of the description of all of my shots that I had mapped out in the script. And then I started playing around with Kling. And what I did is I went into this Kling 2.6 model, and I started prompting just this basic scene. Let me go to the very beginning. You can see I have a lot of prompts because I did a bunch of different experiments. But, this is the first thing I did, where I just said, the fire is burning. Let me see.
Look at that.
Yeah, the fire is burning, and one of the marshmallows catches on fire. The bear on the right says, look at that. Perfect coal bed, perfect ventilation. If everyone built a fire like this, I could actually take the weekend off. It's the same thing every year. People just don't take me seriously. So that's like him complaining, right? So I tried this. This is what I got.
Perfect coal bed, proper ventilation. If everyone built a fire like this, I could actually take a weekend off. It's the same thing every year. People just don't take me seriously.
So it did exactly what I told it to do. The thing that I was then experimenting with is, could I get a emoting sort of performance out of the dialogue? So I started saying, okay, the bear is aggressive, the bear is slow and has a different timbre, and I tried that. But the thing that I was coming across that made this a challenge for me was that each scene kind of had a different voice and a different timbre and a different performance. And so I thought, okay, what if I just got a scene from a movie that I like? It's like a 30-second scene. So I got the scene from the movie Dumb and Dumber, one of my favorite movies. And it's a scene where Lloyd and Harry are interacting in the apartment. It's about 30 seconds of them sort of complaining about their situation.
We got no food, we got no jobs, our pets' heads are falling off!
And I said, okay, I'm gonna get that to be the audio of this scene. And so I prompted it out, and this is what it gave me. So this is the actual output from Kling 2.6 with audio on Higgsfield, and then I brought it over here into Adobe and sort of put it together. So this is what it sounds like. And you're gonna see my first problem when you watch it all cohesive like this. Here it is.
That's it! I've had it with this dump. We got no food, we got no jobs, our pets' heads are falling off!
Okay, just calm down.
What the hell are we doing here, Harry? We've got to get out of this town.
Yeah, and go where? Where are we gonna go?
I'll tell you where. Someplace warm, a place where the beer flows like wine, where beautiful women instinctively flock like the salmon of Capistrano. I'm talking about a little place called Aspen.
Okay, so you heard probably, what, 4 or 5 different voice actors in that. It wasn't fully consistent, and I know that this is one of the things. Like, this is such a new thing that these tools will come out. Eventually, you're going to have, like how you have with Nano Banana, where you can upload a reference image or a character design. You're going to have that for audio too, where if you want to model your voice, I'm sure you'll be able to plug that in if you can't already. But I was like, okay, what if I just used the lip performance that I got and then just edited it into the audio into the actual video? And so that's what I started doing. And you can see, like if I go back here, you can see I start getting all these different shots.
Okay, just calm down.
So, it wasn't doing the lip variation, so I had to tweak the prompt on that.
Okay. Just calm down.
So I just kept doing this until I got a performance where I'm like, that'll match.
Okay, just calm down.
Okay, just calm down.
Yeah, it's having trouble with the bear. The bear is like, it's an anthropomorphic Smokey bear, right? So I could see it having problems like, well, where's the lips and whatnot? And that's why the Sasquatch character is so much better with the lip syncing than the bear.
Okay, just calm down.
And I think that's the one I used. So anyway, I just went through these different scenes and generated them.
What the hell are we doing here, Harry? We've got to get out of this town.
Okay. So I just did this across the entirety of this scene and exported everything out. And then the result of that is this. Let me show you what I got.
That's it. I've had it with this dump. We got no food. We got no jobs. Our pets' heads are falling off.
Okay, just calm down.
What the hell are we doing here, Harry? We gotta get out of this town.
Yeah, and go where? Where are we gonna go?
I'll tell you where. Someplace warm. A place where the beer flows like wine. Where beautiful women instinctively flock like the salmon of Capistrano. I'm talking about a little place called Aspen.
And there you have it. So you can see I did slice up the audio a bunch to match it to the images. Let's see inside this nest. You can see how many cuts there are. And I did stretch things out and contract them so that I can match the actual dialogue from the movie. So there's a bit of manual work in there, but I was pretty happy with the results after a few hours of playing around. And again, this is the beginning of this tech, so I think it'll come a long way pretty quickly. And the more and more we test them and play around with these applications, the more the engineers are going to know, okay, this is what we have to build for these creators. So I would say go into it doing what you want to do and see where it takes you. This is similar to what I was saying on the last video. Let the tech take you on a journey and see what you can build. Now, I think there's a ton of applications for this. You can make something as simple as, I need a sound effect for this scene. So like, for example, if I want to have just a shot of someone crushing a can like this. Pretty good insert clip, like stuff like that. This is perfect for. So like for advertisements or short films or a quick B-roll narrative in your YouTube videos, whatever it is. There's a ton of things you can do with it. And you can also be very specific on the audio. You can say, all right, I want it to be an environmental sound. I want to hear the forest, I want to hear the fire, and I want to hear the people talking, and I want it to have reverb and birds or whatever. You can put all that in your prompt and it'll do it, which is very cool. Right now, Higgsfield is offering this deal where you have unlimited Kling 2.6 audio generations, basically for anyone who subscribes to their Ultimate Plus plan here in December. So if you're in December 2025 watching this. The other cool thing about Higgsfield, unrelated to this, is that it has a ton of models. So for someone like me who's trying to test out different things, like I am going to go in and play around with all of these different models and get a sense for what each one's strengths and skills are and see what kind of applications I can put them against. Okay, this was a short one, but I got more to come. I'm working on a bunch of videos. So stick around, subscribe, chat with me in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Talk to y'all later.